It's your boy Pro Patrick here with this
Bye
guy.
guys, it was fun.
He's here with his World Chalice deck.
Hey, you also play World Chalice.
Yeah,
so
I play too. I play the correct version.
the correct version. Okay.
All right, so I guess what we did with Danny with Trick Stars, we'll do with
we got
Ian and World Chalice. Let's give some informative stuff and some and talking about some Troy Mare shit.
All right.
So let's get started.
You run 3 Stratos. Stratos of the deck.
He's not nearly as good
It's
though.
once
'cause,
per
like,
turn.
Unless you have an extra normal summon, you can't really take advantage of like.
Yeah,
that
you can't just
search.
normal search. The really good effect is that you can pitch a monster from hand or field to add this from your graveyard back to your hand. So you can recycle,
Yeah, it makes brilliant.
specialing with
it
all
makes
the
Brilliant Fusion so
the links and whatnot. Pretty good card. Even better card, the cup. Play 3 of the cup. The chalice.
the Holy Grail.
OTS 7 Super.
Exclusively eat Fruit Loops out of it. Pretty good. He has a lot of effects. The main one is if he's normaled and leaves the field, you can special 2 World Chalice monsters from your deck, which is pretty good. I like pluses. We run 2 Guard Dragon, 2 Baby Boy.
Why not 3? I see a lot of people run 2, but I never understood.
He's not amazing if you draw it. Like it is a hand trap, but it's pretty situational hand trap, and it's once per turn effect. So usually your play actually goes in this order. If you can get your Lee, search your Chalice, use your extra normal, which we'll show later, to get Chalice, and summon this guy. Then when you're linking, he goes to grave. He has a graveyard effect where he can banish from grave and summon a normal monster from your grave to a zone a link monster points to.
So World Chalice is a good Cyverse.
Sure. The other 3 World Chalice we run is 3 Chosen. I know a lot of people go back and forth on Chosen and Beckon.
I've seen this a lot more recently.
People, this one I think is more common because more people will run E-Telly, and some people like Mr. Pro Patrick over here prefer to run Beckon so they can run Baguska, which I don't think is bad. It's just preference, I think.
Personal preference, that's a thing that exists in you.
It's true.
Totally. Just like play
The
style.
best card in the deck, Venus. You draw that card, you resolve this card, you win the game.
Oh, it gets even better like once we get Extreme Force because that makes the new Sardria, the Chain Draco Serpent. That makes it for like 1 card.
This card is absolutely not.
But as of right now, it's still like really good.
So that's why we run her shiny balls.
Hey, if you
Venus
draw
is a trap, by the way.
If you draw the Shine Ball, it's not too bad because you can make Link Spider or Duck with these
Yeah.
guys. So like, yeah, it's technically a brick to draw them, but it's with this deck you can use.
It's not as bad.
It's not as bad.
We run 3. I remember the first time I saw this card, I immediately closed the video and I was like, what is this janky garbage? This is stupid. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. And then I read the card. I was like,
that's
okay,
ridiculous in this deck.
okay, wait a minute. This card's nuts. If you open this card plus Venus, you make whatever you want. Literally whatever you want.
Can you extra link? I know you can
Yeah,
extra link
absolutely,
when
you
Friendly
can.
does come out, but
You're more likely to just go double Firewall Trigate plus Gamma Seal, because that's I think arguably better than extra
I've
link.
seen
'Cause-
people end with Christia over Gamma Sil, but
Yeah. I considered Christia for a while. I might try it out. I kind of like the Gamma Seal though.
Yeah, you can switch to game still, and if you
that's
can
true.
also like the game still is also practical because like you can Kaiju's are actually pretty good in this format, so that's just like way better.
Yeah, you can also just use the Kaiju like a Kaiju.
Especially
Yeah.
with like well, we'll get to it later, but like Kaiju's are like have so much synergy in this thing.
The thing that's great about this card is it shuffles back as cost, and it's not once per turn. So legitimately, I've had plays where I go Venus, Exodius, draw off Nigirsu, draw another Exodius. So you summon 9 Shine Balls in 1 turn. It's like,
Yeah, the biggest problem with this deck is that like with the Brilliant Fusion and the Venus, like there's
You
a lot
can
of
break.
cards where it's like you could basically do this once and then never again. But in terms of like your grind game, that's like really bad. Also, like you go through your extra deck like crazy.
Yeah, you go through,
with
like, your
Exodius,
full extra deck
You
in
just
one
put
turn.
everything back. So like you're basically starting back from square one. So it improves
Back to
your grind
square
game.
one.
Yeah, back to square one. So it improves your grind game like tremendously.
really, really good.
And also, it's a dark spellcaster, so you can make it with it. Which
Yeah.
is very nice. There's no other dark spellcasters in there.
We run the ladies. We've got the ogres. Pretty self-explanatory. We got the bitch. Sorry, the ash. Excuse me.
Ash for him.
We have the.
Ash has a tail. I didn't
the-
realize that until yesterday.
Yeah, it's a fox. It's supposed to be a fox.
on. All right, I give up. We have the god card.
Yeah, we have Exodia. We play both Exodias in this deck.
This is actually all 5 pieces of Exodia in
Yeah,
one
pretty
card.
much. If you draw it, you win. Unless I
Gofu. pretty solid one up.
Very, very powerful.
We do run the Kaiju engine, so right now I'm trying 2 Gamma Seal.
What's that skill drain?
Just Kaiju the skill drain. And I like 2 Lazuli for the Brilliant Fusions. Pro Patrick disagrees. He
wrong.
likes Garnet.
I've seen one
don't.
Garnet and one Lazuli.
I've been trying 2. I like 2. I don't hate 2. I'm also, I don't know. I'm willing to try, 1 Garnet, 1 Lazuli. But because you run so many normals in the deck already, if you draw a Garnet, it's usually not a great turn if you're just normal summoning a normal monster.
All right.
Unless you already have Chalice in your hand.
I'm cucking this broadcast.
But
Sorry. Bring the camera to me. I'm going to explain it.
You can you're talking about grind game. This recycles your normals. If you draw Venus and Brilliant Fusion, you play Venus first, use some Shine Balls, get it back to your hand. It's just a free card.
Actually, in the final round of the regional last week, my opponent did his whole Venus play. My only hand top was Droll, so it didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And then after doing all that, just to get a Shine Ball back and do more plays, he used Brilliant Fusion with Lazuli.
It's a good play extender. Even if it's like the Brilliant Fusion is the first card you play in the entire game, then it's the same as Garnet. It doesn't matter.
No, it
It's
actually
not a
does
graveyard.
matter, and we'll get to it. Okay.
Yes, you can use you can Imduk Garnet, but
All right, so
Okay, let's
here's
see.
my pitch for why you should play Garnet. So
2 Garnet.
Yeah, we played 2 Garnet. Well, my build.
Is it because you have like 7 playsets of Garnet?
No, it's because I play Pawazire, so I don't want to banish one. So the reason why you play Garnet in this deck over Lazuli is that you want both. If you have Brilliant Fusion, you have like the Aurum combo, the World Legacy guy. So, like you don't want to give up your normal summon. So with Lazuli, the benefit is that you send a normal monster first, and then you Brilliant Fusion. And then, you get to add a normal monster back, but then you already gave up one of your normal summons. So, at that point, you're not going to be able to do the whole combo.
It's just an extra card for. Okay, so at that point, whether you're having a Lazuli or Garnet Grave, even if you recycle the one, it's literally just an extra monster to get off, usually off a firewall, and keep linking.
But
through.
here's the thing. So, Garnet, while it's still technically a brick, Garnet becomes Link Spider or Aurum or Imduk. Whereas if you draw Lazuli, you can do literally nothing with that card. On top of that, it's 1900, so
you can
it's
discard
pretty
it for
strong.
Lee's effect.
Yeah, but if you
Doesn't
don't
that
have,
activate when you discard it for late too?
Yep. That will activate when you discard it for Lee.
But also in terms of the combo with the Brilliant
Speaking
Fusion
of
combo.
Lee, that's 2,000 booty, by the way. That got me last week.
2000.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I literally did that earlier. I drew this and Brilliant Fusion. So I played Brilliant, sent Lee and Lazuli, and then pitched this for Lee after making a Venus play, and got a normal back. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's a free monster.
This is I feel like it's much better because also what's important with this guy is that when you do the combo and you special summon Guard Dragon from your deck, you need a normal monster in your graveyard.
If you're
Whereas
using
if
World
you send
Legacy World
Garnet,
Chalice, you're
you can
summoning
use Guard Dragon to special summon this, and it's level 4, so you can make the boost go.
I see a lot of pluses and minuses to both
Well, yeah,
cards.
I don't know.
I just feel like every time with Brilliant Fusion, I just immediately activate it, and I'm not getting any advantage out of Lazuli. And if I draw Lazuli, then my hand bricks. Whereas if I have Garnet, I can still potentially do something with it.
All I'm
that's
saying
my pitch.
is I've been playing the deck longer, and I've had a good experience with 2 Lazuli. So that's all. That's all I'm trying to say.
Okay, all right.
Pro Patrick.
Alright, so what's the next card?
I'm just saying, if it ain't pro, it's got to
It's
go.
not Patrick. Just pretty normal spell lineup. I do run one World Legacy's Heart. You can search it off of banishing the Chalice from your graveyard. It gives 2 back and it has a graveyard effect.
Oh, that's not bad. It's not the upcoming field spell, draw spell, or Monster
Yeah,
Reborn, but it's
If
not.
you draw it, it's good because it's a good extender.
Yeah,
You
it's
play
not
one-
searchable Monster
Yeah, you
Reborn,
play
but-
once, that way you don't draw 2, and you
Yeah.
can just search it off the legacy.
And even if you draw, I've literally drawn a turn 1 and been able to use it.
it's really good. If you
This
get
is when she gets corrupted.
no, it's just her. It's her holding.
No, this was she has the Chalice up to Lee.
And Lee's-
Yeah.
But that's her interacting with Lee. Lee turns her evil, and they fuse.
That might be.
One thing that's really good about this card that I like is if you have have your normal play, so you need draw this and Exodius off of Ningirsu. When you play Exodius, ideally you're not shuffling back World Legacy, World Chalice, and Lee because you can use them both from your grave on your next turn. So if you use this to add them both back, then Exodius, it's very good.
Because between Legacy searching this and Lee's Grave Effect, you start the turn with like a +3.
Yeah,
Like, you get
it's
Lee, and then
really
you get
strong.
that, which gets you 2 back cards, and gives you back 2 cards,
Yeah.
and then you have the Exodius.
And then people forget about the battle protection. Well, it's the Dragon Souls.
yeah, it's really good for protecting like.
Yeah. So run 1 Foolish, really good. I think is insanely good in the deck. Great toolbox. I've dumped almost every card in the deck with this before. For a game, like I dumped Venus off of it once and then added it back with Firewall and just kept going off. You can dump Guard Dragon if you need it. I've dumped Lazuli with it before. Just add the
I feel
normal.
like that card has a lot of utility.
It really does. Even dumping Lee to add the Lee back. You can dump Exodius to add it back with Fire. Just pretty much everything. It's super good. Obvious card.
Yeah, that if you draw that, you win.
Yeah, this card's nuts.
Nice.
I do, as you saw, I run the 3 Chosen. So that's why I run the E-Telly. I've experimented with Unexpected Die, but I only ever draw that freaking card off of Ningirsu once I've gone off. I hate Unexpected Die. It's great turn 1, but afterwards it is useless garbage. So this I like much more, even though it's only a 1-of. As you saw, we ran the Gamma Seals, so right now I just have 2 Waterfront.
I think that's all you need.
Yeah,
Should be 3.
I've been thinking about 3 Waterfront, 1 Gamma Seal, but I've gone back and forth. It's not terrible either way. Last 3 is Brilliant Fusion, obviously. No traps.
Where's your ulti Brilliant Fusion? By the way, please someone buy my Brilliant Fusion, my ulti Brilliant Fusion. I'm trying to get rid of this. Just contact me, Patrick Jones, $40 and it's yours. Please someone take this off my hands. Ian, take this off my hands.
I'll take it, but I'm not paying you.
Comment on the video.
Okay, let's see.
We'll go.
No low ballers. No low ballers.
Extra deck is pretty standard. So we start with 3 Imduk. I would never run less.
That is maybe like one of the best Link ones to get.
It's incredible.
It's so good.
You can't make it with a token, but you can make it with a vanilla, which we have 6 of because I run Garnet.
Yeah, that's a dragon. You can summon it back with Darkness Metal.
Well, that's that's something I like about this
Nice.
deck is that all of the Link monsters are like a souped up version of one of the regular deck monsters.
This deck's lore heavy as hell. Like, it's actually pretty cool.
There's a lot of lore in this deck. This card is insane. It sucks that it points up. You know, it's not Link Spider, but it gives you an extra normal summon. So that's how you get your World Legacy World Chalice plays off. Because it needs to be normal summon for its special summon.
Don't you
effect.
use that for something else normally, though? An upcoming card in your extra deck?
This?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Oh, no, I was going to say, don't you use that for Aurum?
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah. I use it for everything.
That's why the up point doesn't really matter, because you have that Aurum.
Yeah.
Also, there's like this card is amazing with the Kaiju engine of the deck because with the Kaijus, you get to decide where they go. So if you put it under an extra monster zone and you make this, you can just kill the Kaiju. So I was playing on Dueling Book once. This is pro plays. I was playing against ABC True Draco. He has Masterpiece and he has ABC Buster Dragon. So I summon Gofu and then try to make Nigirsu and he pops it for some reason. And then I immediately Kaiju his Buster Dragon and I try and out it with Nigirsu and he kills it with Masterpiece, which was dumb. And then I summoned Venus. Venus brought out a Shine Ball and then I made Imduk and I popped. And since it was in the zone that he was pointing to, I popped it. And then
like mini
I hit him with
catastrophe.
a second Kaiju, and I took out his Masterpiece. And yeah.
It's a really good card.
Yeah, it does so many things in the deck. Like also if they have Decode Talker pointing to your field, you just make this, you can kill it.
Dragon
But yeah,
Ball.
like it synergizes with the Kaijus, it synergizes with the World Chalice guy.
So
Like,
all
it's
of the
so good.
World Chalice archetype named Link monsters share the same effect, where if they are sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a World Chalice monster from your hand. That's like a core function of the deck. You can order your chain links like a monster, protect yourself from Ash.
We don't call it ordering the chain links, we call it the blockchain.
the blockchain.
Yeah, because
are
you're
you
blocking
blocking them?
You're blocking them from using Ash Blossom.
Yeah, it's
It's called the
good.
blockchain, okay?
We run
What's next?
right now. 2 Link Spider. Could be cut down to 1. Yeah, could be cut down to 1. And it's good. When Gofu is not at 1, it was a lot better because you can't make Imduk with Gofu tokens. Has to be a normal monster. This could easily be cut if you want to cut this or something. Like
you definitely want one Link Spider.
Yeah,
but
you
I think
definitely
2 is
need
probably like nah.
wait, two is like
Especially because you have like the Exodius. Like,
yeah,
you have, like,
exactly.
4 ways to turn it
I was
around.
going to save this for the end of the video, but is Tremere Goblin at Link 1?
It's Link 2.
Link 2? Oh, I was going to say Tremere Goblin to go to replacement.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Break
God.
my fucking board.
The card that beats World Chalice.
Actually, it does.
It really does.
We have Ib. There's a normal version
I've
of
seen
her.
a lot of people drop at the 1.
No,
No, you want to.
Because like if
for
you make
sure.
like a Tri-Gate Wizard with these 2 as co-links, that's like so good.
Yeah, it's really good to have two.
Honestly, 3 might be the way to go. But
The
I
card
think
that I
like
would,
Proc Strike.
the card that I would consider cutting the second Link Spider for is a second Aurum. I used to run 2. I only needed 2 like once ever. I cut it down recently. It's not bad, but I'm still not 100% sure. We won the run the 1 proxy. Very good.
Yeah, you only need 1.
Yeah,
It's
you only
mainly
need
for
the
when you
one
do the
for when you make
Nagirsu
Nagirsu.
combo.
Nagirsu is like your main goal when you're comboing off. When he's Link summoned, you can draw cards up to the number of World Chalice monsters he points to. So like I said, they all share the effect that summons a World Chalice from your hand when they go to the grave. Mm-hmm. So if you have these 2 with Aurum, and you make these 2 in an Nagirsu, and you have 2 World Chalice monsters in your hand, you go Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, Chain Link 3, and special those World Chalices, then you draw 3.
Yeah, so they can't ash it,
Quick
they can't
question.
order it.
Yeah.
And you draw
I should probably answer by reading.
They don't have to be co-linked. It just is.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get at.
That's why you can do it oftentimes.
'Cause my opponent-
That's why it's really good. Why I like the Lazuli because it can get you a beckon back to your hand.
My opponent round 8 was drawing off of having a link with the beacon, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's a thing.
Yeah, if you have these 2 in your hand and this on the field, you summon this. Like I said, Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2, Chain Link 3. So 3, 2, 1.
So you draw 3 off of that. Okay.
And then you draw
And
2 unexpected die. And then
This protects it from Ash, by the way, because he was not the last thing to happen.
yeah, we like to call that
Yeah.
blockchain.
The blockchain. Here we have 2 Firewall. When this deck goes off and you want to end with 2 live Firewall Tri-Gate, I mean, it's just your opponent doesn't get to play Yu-Gi-Oh!
You're talking about Tri-Gate a lot, so you're not running it, right?
Oh, definitely not. I would never run that card. It's trash. Oh, wait, it's right there.
Yeah, it takes 3 monsters to make.
3 might, so only 2,200 attack.
In order to get its effect to negate
Trash.
1 card, you need like 8 monsters or something like that.
It's terrible.
No, 9 monsters. You need like 9 fucking monsters.
For the Tri-Gate Wizard that I don't run, Gaia Saber, for the 3 co-links for Tri-Gate, you can co-link, or extra link if you want, but I think ending with double live Firewall, Tri-Gate, like Gamma Seal is a little stronger.
Yeah.
Obviously we run
Okay.
Seraph Knight. Do side deck. Side deck isn't really much. Side deck is the janky cards I grabbed out of my deck box for Link Vrain's tournament. We got Garbage, ABCs, 1 Cyclone, 1 Imperial Wall. It's literally the most budget dumpster diving extra deck you can imagine.
Oh my god.
2D Barrier, Mind Control, Broken Card. It's actually not bad if you're only
It's
second.
actually pretty good.
And when you're only second, that's not bad.
Oh, do you have... Oh, sorry.
3, yeah, there.
Okay.
3 Twin Twister, the Raigeki, and the card that won me my last game in the Link Vrain's tournament is Didi Crow.
That was hilarious.
I was playing against, I don't know what to call it other than Dark Synchro?
Dark Link Rose. Dark
Dark Linkro. So I dropped Max C on him when he 1-for-1'd his level leader. And he decided to take the challenge. So I'm 30 cards in, drawn, maybe 25, and I completely forgot that I sided this. This is game 3. Draw my DD Crow. I'm like, oh shit, maybe I don't lose. So I immediately just DD Crow the level leader. It's like, okay, that's gone. He had the second one. So what he went to get rid of my firewall, which had 1 co-link at the time. So in response, I bounced this back from my hand to get the second level eater. And then I don't remember how he summoned it, but he got his 3rd level eater. And I had like 4 cards left in my deck when I finally drew my second copy. Hit the eater, and he just scooped because I had 34 cards in my hand.
And he couldn't go
And
off
he
anymore.
couldn't do anything else. So that was funny. That was really funny. That was the best game in the Link Vrains tournament. For anyone.
It took like 2 hours, but yeah, it was hilarious to watch that final ending.
Yeah, that people had finished their rounds already, and they came over and they're like, "Oh, you on game 3?" We're like, "Nah, game 1," because both these decks are pretty.
I think I
solitary.
screamed at Ian like 3 times to lose faster.
Just
during
scoop.
that game.
So
Yeah,
real,
because like game 2, like game 2 was like such a huge blowout that I was just like, dude, just go to game 3.
It was real bad.
so real fast. So looking ahead, next week we have Extreme Force. Saruja Skull Dread is out. That's set. Any thoughts on Saruja Skull Dread in your deck?
Mr. Skull Deep Boy.
Yeah.
Well, during the Link Vrains tournament, I was running the Skull Deep combo with Grinder Golem. It's not bad. I mean, it seems like the rest of the deck where like it can be kind of glass cannon. Where like if they stop the play at all before you hit the Skull Deep, you have no normal. So you can't do anything. You do nothing.
Yeah.
If you make it to Skull Dread, whatever, and use its effective special Venus, and you already have him on board, that's the nuts. That you go off. It's crazy. Yeah. So I like the Skull Deep, and the thing was, it makes the extra deck super tight. When you need to add, was it 4 cards?
Yeah.
It makes it really tight.
Well, assuming we don't get Security Dragon, you would just play Saruja.
Yeah. I mean,
And in
just
that case, it's not
regular-
that hard. So you take that like.
Yeah.
So past that, let's look a bit further ahead to May, Nats format. You're getting a World Legacy draw, or a co-link draw card. No, it's not even a co-link. That draw card is just really fucking stupid. It deals with link monsters. You're getting a Monster Reborn. Then you're also getting Troy Mares, and you're getting Ibli. Thoughts on any of those cards?
More draw power!
From what I remember seeing, I didn't like Ibli in the deck because it was. I don't remember its exact effect. I just remember discussing it with Brian.
If it was normal summon, you can target 1 link monster in your graveyard and spell summon it.
Special, right.
And
It
then
has
your
to be
opponent gets
linked to it.
control.
of Ibli.
Ibli, yeah.
Well, you could, I believe you could choose to just give it to them.
So it's terrible turn 1 in this deck.
Well,
You
if you
already use your normals.
If you run the Link 1, the Link 1 Choimare, if you just have Ibli and nothing else, you can like normal summon it, make the Link monster, and then summon another one of her, and then you can make a Link 2. So like it
Has some use. I mean, I'll test it. We'll see. I don't like it because it's. I don't know. It's like I don't like Unexpected Die because it's only good turn 1, and I don't like Ibli because it's not good turn 1. Because your normals are usually for Venus or a normal or something, and then your extra normal from these guys is for World Legacy World Chalice. So,
But yeah, to go back to like the Troy Mares, like yeah, they're really good. Like having the fact that if they're co-linked, you get to just draw a card is like insane.
And then you get to draw 6 per draw fees with the Troy Mares. If you-
co-link,
Because
yeah.
with
The
Skull
excellent
Deep,
combo.
now with Saruja, Skull Dread, like you're gonna be doing Ningirsu, drawing 2 to 3 cards, and then going into Saruja, and then drawing 4 more, and you're probably gonna draw like Waterfront or the Gamma-Seal at that point. And with his effect, you can just special summon from your hand. You don't have to jump through any hoops.
No
You just
firewall,
you
shit.
can just special summon Gamma-Seal straight from your hand. And it makes Venus so much better because Venus is just a 1-card Saruja. So you just with Venus, you just deck in 3 cards and then you draw 4, which is insane. And then with the Troy Mares, you add more draw power into the mix, so you can combo even harder. And with Troy Mare Goblin, with which is a lot of people have been talking about, with that card, it gives you an extra normal summon.
I
But
feel like
that's
Imduk's better.
but no, well, the thing with Goblin is that because while it's limited by you can only summon it into a zone, you can only get that extra normal summon to a zone that he points to. That also means that it's not like Seraph Knight or Imduk, so it stacks. So you can get 3 normal summons.
So that will stack with these two?
Yeah, it will.
The Goblin?
Oh.
That is pretty strong.
So yeah, the Troy Mares give you even more draw power and more ways to keep comboing off. And
So
with
Troy
Ibli,
Mare is
you have
probably
a-
why Ibli's good, because then you get that Ibli,
Yeah,
and
if you
later
get the
in the
extra
turn.
normal to reborn it, yeah, that's
Yeah,
really
that
Yeah,
makes
Ibli can also
sense.
be
The
really
thing is,
good.
you
'cause
do
give
already
it to your
have-
opponent, that's what it is.
good. You already have your Monster Reborn in Aurum, People like sleep on this card.
Oh, I know.
And I don't get
Also,
it.
you're not running Borreload. Thoughts on Borreload? That's something current.
It's a good card.
I think right now maybe you probably should run Borreload.
If I had one, I would run it. I don't have it right now, so I just have, I have the 2 firewall. I would consider cutting a Link Spider or a firewall for it.
Mr. Steve.
Definitely not a bad card.
Okay, Steve.
So,
Yeah, he's probably right, but
Would
right
you,
now we're on World Chalice. Like,
would you drop the World Legacy Heart for the Monster Reborn?
Yes.
Okay. And then,
Yeah.
actually, going back to Extra, I completely forgot about that. The Mech Knight Field Spell, you can discard World Legacy to draw a card. I know nobody runs it. Do you have thoughts on that?
In this deck, I wouldn't run that, just because your only World Legacy cards are right here. Are these 3? These are your only World Legacy cards.
And then you have Heart also.
In the entire deck. Well, if you're dropping, so you have Heart, which makes it 4. If you're dropping Heart and you have the Monster Reborn, I don't think you really want to discard your Monster Reborn to draw a card. It's also searchable. This card, its Grave effect, on the turn it wasn't sent there. You can banish it to add a World Legacy card from your deck to your hand.
So you
that's-
search the Monster Reborn and go off again next
So
turn.
you can search this or your Monster Reborn.
Okay.
Searchable Monster Reborn. Not
Pretty
bad.
good.
Not
Pretty
bad.
good.
Yeah.
I guess with like Heart, is that if you have nothing, if they blow up your entire board, Heart is better because you get to add 2 cards.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas with the Inheritor card, like if you don't have anything, or if you don't have a link zone that's pointing to your field, like you can't use it. So like you can make the argument that maybe you should play both, but Inheritor is kind of just better.
I would like test it around because obviously
I'd
like
probably test it.
I do like this card at 1. It's really nice at 1, but the room in the deck is really tight. Like, what are you gonna cut E-Telly?
Well,
Gonna cut. You could cut E-Tel. Like, you could go Foolish. You could cut Kung Fu.
no,
Actually, would you run a single Ibly? Just because?
I would try it.
no,
The
because
thing
if
is,
you run
it's just
one,
like,
then
it's so dead turn.
yeah,
one.
if you run one, you can't use its effect to like make the link one that summons another copy
Like,
from the deck.
yeah.
So it's kind of like you have to play like 2 or 3 copies of it.
This deck will like hard lose.
It would have been much
to
better
ogre
if it got it
sometimes.
when it was just summoned.
Like if you can resolve your Venus, if you can normal your Venus and use your extra normal for World Chalice, like that's your ideal play. That's what you want. You don't until if we can use Goblin to get a 3rd normal summon, sure, then Ibly would work. But until then, like probably not. Like I don't really like it right now.
Okay.
It's the same reason I don't like Unexpected Die. It's like the Unexpected Die is good turn 1, and then it's like useless later on, and then Ibly is like pretty bad turn 1 for this deck. And like I said, until we get the rest of it.
So, any final thoughts? And I've asked my questions. You guys, 3 times to say or ask.
Hope your opponent doesn't draw Max T. If they do, I mean, I've won the Max T challenge with this deck.
You could deck people
If
out.
you draw these 2, if
problem
you
is-
have this, and Exodius, if you have these 3 cards and they Max T you, it's gonna be rough. The thing is, obviously, you're gonna be playing through Ash and Ogre. I think Ogre actually hurts this deck a little more because you can mask this effect, like you can mask Ningirsus to hide it from Ash. But like if they Ogre your Venus, you're just kind of like,
or even if they ogre this guy, Aurum, like
yeah. Usually, if you've drawn a good enough hand, you're not using Orm's effect till afterwards because Orm will.
Orm seems like a good turn ender.
What you do here, I'll show you. So what you want to end with, usually what you'll get, you'll have this. Ideally, you have this, and then any World Chalice here, whether it's Imduk or regular deck monster. So this will draw you your 3. So, these are just a plus. You don't even need these. These become Firewall, and then usually you either have, obviously these do matter sometimes, but if you have even 1 World Chalice in your hand, or if you have Guard Dragon in the graveyard you haven't used yet, these you can make Firewall and just keep, using its effect here because it's definitely not once per turn because reasons. And then once this is Firewall, then you can use whatever you summoned here. Say it was Lee.
You can bounce stuff back, use Firewall to go into something else, and then you can summon Firewall back.
What you do is you use Orm's effect to send this to grave, and then this can come back. You can use his effect again, not the draw. You can use the banish again, and you
the
can
pop you.
yeah. So one thing I like doing is then you can use this and one other card to make another firewall. If you want to, loop through and end double firewall Trigate, that's definitely good. So it's very, very, very combo heavy. Like you can mess up your entire universe with one little misplay, but what deck can't?
Yeah. Although this is probably like, if this deck can always go off, it's the best deck. It has a higher ceiling than Spirals, but I guess with Spirals, it has the best mix of like consistency with power. But this deck, if it goes off, it beats like everything. Like if you have like Trigate, Firewall, Gamma Seal,
Literally all those,
you have 4 negations.
all those break my board memes.
I'm sure that
Literally, like,
gonna be great.
Oh yeah, we're making all that ad revenue on this one. All 300 people.
I think people
watching
lost
it.
interest at this point. It's been too long. No one's even hear me say this because
No, this was actually Firewall. Yeah, earlier on today, like if you go first and they don't stop you with hand traps, you end with stuff like this. You'll have your
that's
waterfront.
Not legal.
Huh?
That's not legal
Why?
because I don't want to stare down the field.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay,
because like
that's fine.
Firewall's like limited in Japan.
Ross
so that's-
Fairmount?
Yeah.
You're giving me PTSD of last weekend.
With that Ross Fairmount.
I could have got 3rd place, but no, I faced World
Yeah,
Chalice.
so you'll end up with a 5-counter waterfront, and this is your board. And it's just like, these are both live. Stop. Stop. So like that's pretty good. This has like a Ryo kind of effect for extra deck monsters, it just sends it
Double
away.
Ross Fairmount.
Wait, what?
This guy's other effect is if you summon from the extra deck while he's face up on the field, he can send himself to send that monster to the graveyard.
What?
World Legacy World Chalice has 3 effects.
all of them
Extra
are
deck.
really.
All of
busted.
them are really good.
Send that monster. That's stupid. I
Yeah.
never knew
no
that.
one knows
Nobody
it has
knows
that
that.
effect,
That's
so no
why
one plays around.
even if you draw like World Legacy's Heart off of Ningirsu, you add this back, and then like once you make your Trigate, you proc both firewalls, summon these 2. Like what do you do? And this is what I'm saying. Like you could extra link instead, but
Yeah,
I
that's
think
just
this is just better.
Ian, you just gave me cancer. I hope you.
I'm sorry. Hey, you play magicians, and whatever, man. Look, all I'm saying is it happens. just side sphere mode.
Okay, so
Yeah, let's hope this deck's not too popular because Ross Fairmount just
so
So when we go to one firewall, just do that. Oh, big. Oh, cry. Oh no, I have Lee.
Oh no, I have
or if, excuse
Saruja
me.
and Firewall
Yeah.
and Trigate.
Yeah, turn this into Saruja.
we got any last words now? We got,
Pro Patrick.
Yeah, if it ain't pro, it's got to go, and I wish you and your family the very best. But the doctor gave me that diagnosis, and it's not looking good for your family.
damn.
Your whole family dead.
Your whole family's gonna die.
I just want to say, PewDiePie, I'd like to apologize for the words of my friend here. He's not coming after you.
Damn.
We already got
He's
you.
not-
We
he's
already
not-
got
He's
him.
not gonna do it.
We already got him.
Oh, you got him?
He got himself.
We also got Logan Paul, so we're all good.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we're taking everyone down
That
here.
man got himself.
Weenie Hut Games signing out.